And now we turn the spotlight to this. A group of Persian Gulf states have threatened streaming giant Netflix with legal action if it continues broadcasting content that contradicts Islam. The threatening statement was issued jointly by the Saudi media regulator and the 6-member Gulf Cooperation Council, the GCC, which includes Saudi Arabia, but also Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates. While they did not specifically identify material, they did refer only to content that, quote, contradicts Islamic and societal values. There was no immediate reaction from Netflix. And to help break this all down is Wajeeh Lion, the first openly gay man from Saudi Arabia. He is also a journalist and international human rights activist and joins me now from Eden Prairie, Minnesota. Firstly, thank you so very much for joining us today. I want to get straight to it. The statement was incredibly vague in terms of the offending content. Do we know anything more on what was shown that upset these nations and their values so much?
Absolutely. There has been two specific topics on Netflix, cuties, which the Saudi government sees as it's encouraging pedophilia and human trafficking. I am quoting what they have said on Saudi state TV. And Jurassic World, where they see it as demolishing ethics and the rule of Sharia law, as there is two girls are interested in each other in Jurassic World, and there is a gay scene in there. And on the other hand, Cuties, where we see a Muslim girl that grew up in a very conservative upbringing and went on to wanting to become a cheerleader and a dancer. And somehow that is connected with pedophilia and human sex trafficking. This is not to say that Cuties has been a controversial show even in the United States for showing such young girls at a young age on a TV show wearing explicit clothes that can show most of their body. That is how the Saudi people sees it. But this is not the first of its kind. We have seen the Saudi government issued warning and the United Arab Emirates as well before for Disney and for Pixel Lightyear regarding this past June. And in April, Doctor Strange was also banned for also a queer scene. So this is not the first of its kind from the Middle East and not the first of its kind from Saudi Arabia. Now, Saudi law forbids any kind of pornography scenes, including intimate relations, and that is punishable by 1 year, punishable by prison and a fine. Saudi spends a lot of time and money trying to block their online users from being able to access any sexual content or pornographic content, and they have banned them. And this is a warning telling Netflix that they could be next.
That's quite right. I want to touch on something you mentioned there. You know, Netflix is part and parcel of globalization, which for many could be a front for Americanization. But like McDonald's, another American firm, they do try and adapt to local tastes and culture. So are they getting unnecessary flack here? Are they getting more heat than is necessary?
Here's the thing. So these are countries that have concerns and have asked the question several times. Why is the West forcing their opinions on us? Meanwhile, they are using Western phones, they are using Western apps, they are using Western devices to watch these shows. They actually pay a membership to get on Netflix to watch these shows that they are considering, or the government considers as inappropriate. In fact, there's a huge demand for it in the Middle East and in Saudi Arabia. What we see is that the government and the conservative sector sees this as a move that threatens their next generation of being open-minded and their kids' upbringing. Now, there's several campaigns that we have seen in the past in Saudi Arabia trying to limit their people from joining Netflix and their memberships. Yet we have seen that increase their membership, and it has been said that there are about 3 million subscribers for Netflix inside the kingdom. This is saying a lot that the campaigns the kingdom has had to limit their people from joining Netflix has been a failure. And there has been calls to also target Amazon, Disney, and HBO for their explicit content as well. They're all saying that you're not going to be the first and you're not going to be the last.
Right.
We are targeting all of these platforms, and we want you to respect our Sharia law. I think this is a push for their conservative ideology, and I think it might be a push too far. They need to relax their tensions regarding what is shown on Western media, and choosing to be on these devices is their personal choice.
Absolutely. It definitely seems that this is a very sensitive issue, but thank you for helping us break it down, Wajeeh Lion, very much there from Minnesota. Thank you very much for joining us.